Alright, let's go over the syllabus. So you click on the syllabus. Once it opens up, a good idea is to open up the syllabus and then click Save File and then save that to your computer. That way if you can't get in to Canvas and you need to email me, my email will be on the syllabus and you'll have it on your computer, so if you need to get in contact with me for some reason. So, this is First Aid, KINE 1306017. There's a CRN number. This is a summer 2012 class, and it's online. And my name is Wes Adams, if you don't remember that from the introduction. My office number is 210-486-5306, and my office location is at Northeast Lakeview College in Wellness 102A. My email iswadams14@alamo.edu. If you're emailing me about a question for the class, or really if you email me at all, try to do that through Canvas. Just go up here to your inbox and then send me an email through Canvas. This is for emergencies only. Let's say you couldn't get into Canvas and there was an emergency, you need to contact me, then you would use this email. But most of your emails, if not all, should go through the inbox here. Office hours, this is an online class, so I'll have virtual office hours. I try to check this class at least 4 or 5 times during the week, and I try to spend an hour or 2 hours on it each day, just as if it was a regular class. So credit hours, 3 credit hour course. I will be on vacation for the first 2 weeks of this class, so checking it, I may be sporadic. It just depends on wherever I can find a wireless hotspot on vacation. So let's go over a couple questions that most people have about this class and about the syllabus. It says certification may be earned. If you're going to get certified, you're going to have to come to class or come to campus at least once. That's only for certification. Certification has no bearing on your grade whatsoever. But if you're going to get certified, I have to go over and make sure you have the appropriate skills. So there's a 2-hour skill session that you have to come in, demonstrate your skills, that you'll have to come to class or come to campus. So that would be at Northeast Lakeview at the Wellness Center. If you don't want to get certified, then you don't ever have to come to class. So that should answer that question. The text, do we use the text? Yes, we do. In fact, all the lectures in here correspond with each chapter in the book, 1 through 26. We'll go over all 26 chapters. Some we'll spend more time on than others, and there's a list of all the chapters. There's a list of the book. So there's the citation for the book. Let's scroll down. Learning outcomes, you can read through those yourself. Let's go over the grading requirement. You'll have a midterm, you'll have a final, you'll have 2 projects, you'll have quizzes, discussions. There it shows all the points for them, and so you can add up those points to see what the total points would be. It's a standard grading scale. Here's an example of how you would calculate your grade, and it just gives you, some basic grades that most students would get on each area, and then you can add them up to see what you would make in the course based on scores for each one of those areas. Now, here's a big question a lot of students have. What are these projects about? What do we do for the projects? Well, let's look at the first individual project. And you can do these as a group if you want to. I don't care. Just let me know who your group members are, and everybody needs to submit their project so that I can give everybody a grade for it. So it doesn't matter that it's a repeat, just everybody submit the project to me, instead of just one person telling me, hey, so-and-so was in my group. I want everybody to submit the project. So what are the projects about? Well, you can do a PowerPoint presentation over the skill. So let's say the first individual project, you would go any skill up to the midterm. So let's say it's about CPR. You want to give a good description of CPR as if you were teaching it to somebody else. I learned more my first year of teaching than I did throughout my whole education process. And I think the reason for that is, it's not that I didn't learn a lot in college, it's that when you actually have to take that knowledge and have somebody else learn from you, you really have to know it. And so you really have to understand it to be able to give them the key concepts. And so that's what I want you to do. Pretend that you're teaching this subject to somebody else. And that's how I'm going to grade it, is if I knew nothing about this, could I learn these skills? If you're doing a PowerPoint, typically, I'm not necessarily worried about length. I'm worried about content. I've gotten PowerPoints that have had 7 slides and were that's just not enough for CPR. There's not enough room on 7 slides for you to give me the information that I need. I want visuals, if you can find video. I want all that good stuff. Now, if you're interested in video editing, or you just want to make a quick video, but you don't necessarily want to edit it, you could submit your video to YouTube, and I'll show you in another video how to submit it and then select it so that only I can see it. So that, if you're worried about other people seeing you on YouTube do this skill, you can make it private, and I'll show you how to do that later in another video, and then you could submit it to me. So you have 2 choices. You could do a PowerPoint presentation over the skill, or you could do a video over the skill. The videos don't take as long as the PowerPoint. So if you're interested in the video, as long as you cover the main elements of the skill, you're welcome to submit the video, but I'll only accept it if you upload it to YouTube and send me the link, because I've had compatibility problems. And so the second individual project is essentially the same thing, except you're doing skills that you learned after the midterm to the final. And so you would submit a topic or a skill. So anyway, that's how the presentations work. And I'll make a video on how to do the video projects later on, and I'll post some examples from other classes on PowerPoints and stuff that students have sent me. Quizzes, you'll see those in the modules. We've talked about that. The optional skills test we already talked about. The midterm final, midterms like 50 questions, the finals 100 questions. Class regulations, the most important thing is make sure that first week that you log on, because I have to do census rosters, and if you've never logged on, that means you've never attended the class, even though it's online, and you'll be dropped. So make sure that first week you log on. Now, I know you're probably saying to yourself, well, if I've never logged on, I've never seen this video, so I don't know. Well, you need to hopefully have logged on. So there's nothing I can do about that. So it's just like somebody not ever attending a class. So that first week, make sure you log on. Ideally, try to log on at least once or twice a week, if not more than that. Maybe once a day, Monday through Friday, log on. That's probably the best thing. In case I send you something that's really important, you won't get behind. And so discussions. Make sure you do your discussions. Anything that's due, I'm not going to reopen it. All right, so if you miss it, you've just missed it. But the big ones that most students miss, because they close out every week, are discussions. So that first week, you're going to have discussions for modules 1 through 4. If you miss those, they close out. I'm not going to reopen them, because you have to be working with other students doing these discussions. So if you get ahead, that's fine, as long as you've got another student to work with you. But if you get behind and it closes out, I can't give you credit for the discussion. So anyway, don't get behind on the discussions. The quizzes will remain open. They don't shut out. But the discussions take me longer to grade. That's the reason I have to shut those down at some point in time, or I will never get them graded. So discussions close out every week. Make sure you've done the discussions for that week. If you need to withdraw from this course, make sure you do it yourself. I'm not going to do it for you, okay? Feedback, I'll try to have all feedback. Let's say you've submitted a project on that Sunday night or whenever it was due. I'll make sure I have feedback to you by the following Friday. Most likely, if you submitted it Sunday, as long as I'm not having a problem finding a wireless connection, I'll have your feedback to you Monday or Tuesday. So I'm pretty fast with that. Scholastic dishonesty, don't plagiarize. It's real easy to get caught now, especially with Turnitin. We can just submit a paper to Turnitin. If it's plagiarized, we can tell. So it saves us a lot of time. Academic support services, make sure you read all this information. Disability access statement and mental health services, make sure if you need any help with that you contact those individuals. Notice about the library services and 3-peat tuition costs. Make sure you read all that. So it's your responsibility to read the syllabus. I just like to go over it with students just like we were in a traditional class. So hopefully this helps you out, answer some questions. If you come up with some more questions, send me an email or try to catch me by phone. But again, first 2 weeks, I'm on vacation, so good luck trying to catch me by phone. So email is going to be your best option. So I hope this helped out, and I will see you in the next little video.